It's your boy, Famous Animal TV. And who I got in the building with me?
It's A1, man. A1 like the steak sauce.
Real talk. So what's going on with it, man?
Man, I'm here with my boy, Famous Animal TV, man. Trying to let him know my story, bro. I had to make some time to come out here. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with me. So, you know what I'm saying? Keep it love in the city.
Real talk. All the way, I appreciate that. So, like, man, I know I've been seeing y'all on Facebook, all over social media with all these cars and things like that. Like, just break down to me, what did it take to, like, get at the point you at now?
My first thing I ever did, I wanted to do when I knew I wanted to do it when I was 16, that was tattooing. That's my first passion. I turned 18 and then that's when I officially got my apprenticeship. I say all my apprentice for like 2 years to do this shit. And like they turned out to be racist and shit, and they told me I couldn't do it. But anytime anybody tell me I can't do something, it just kind of drive me to do it more. So I ended up doing that, man. I opened my tattoo shop when I was 20. At that point, really, I thought that was gonna be like it, because I was the youngest in the city, you know, with a tattoo shop. So I was really happy with that. But I didn't reach what I wanted to reach financially, and the only way I had to study wealth. And when I say study wealth, I look at every form of wealth. I look at white people, you know, being wealthy. I look at the Chinese, you know, my people, everybody. And that's really how you gain the knowledge. And one of the biggest things I noticed from everybody who was really wealthy is they always make money without doing something. They make money in their sleep. Literally, when they sleep, they still making sales or something. That's how that's even drugs, that's with anything, period. You ain't truly wealthy if you're not making money in your sleep in some form or fashion. So I ended up getting into my second business, the electronics store. And when I did that, it opened up and I finally hit my first quarter, which was 6 figures. But then I wanted to whip, and I actually wasn't even in the cars until I got my Corvette, and it was the first V8 I had, you know, got, man. I was feeling good, content then, but then at that point where it was like, man, what else can I do? You really don't know how far you can take it until you try to take it, you know, there. Like, so everybody, like, man, still the whole time telling me that I can't do something. And you know, I still was passing out cards, little tattoo cards, as I'm trying to build my name, and folks getting them and throwing them on the ground and all types of shit. I mean, but this, you know, that's just part of it. But just constantly hearing no, I finally got a few yeses, and that's all it took. And that's how I, you know, ended up getting it. But after that, I started getting in the car, I started selling cars, buying cars and stuff like that, man. And slowly, you know, started putting my art form on the cars. I had to build a team. Started getting a name known with that. And what a lot of folks know me by now, like when I started making too much noise, the feds ended up coming thinking I was on some selling drugs and some more stuff, and I ain't never even been through that route.
Yeah, so like I had seen that incident when they had you all over the news and shit. So like when they came, like, so it just really you was like minding your own business and they came out of nowhere?
Yeah, I had actually bought a car and they said that junk was stolen. So since they said the car that I bought was stolen, they figured all my cars was stolen. They were like, you running some type of organization. That's the only way you can make money. I literally was in my, when the police was asking me questions and shit, he was like, you couldn't have did this. You know, I don't know no other tattoo artists, because that's what he just kept on calling me, a tattoo artist that was doing this. And even with me trying to explain to him some steps, he simply said it couldn't be done. So at that point, man, I was like, man, you know, no point of talking, just let the lawyer talk. But at the same time, that kind of awakened something in me, where it was like, man, I had got so much love before that. Like, it was all, everybody on my shit. I literally couldn't find one bad statement. Or just, man, hey, why you doing this, you doing that. But after the point where the feds took everything from me, and I just uploaded a picture in my driveway with all my cars, and they got 1,000 likes. But when the feds took it from me, I got 20,000 likes and 500,000 views, man, until it hit to like 2 million like in 3 days. And everybody that I love, you know, all my folks sharing my shit, saying, you know, damn near celebrating that I failed. And they don't even know, like, most of these racist folks and shit, like, clowning me and my whole race as a group, saying, man, that this y'all hero and shit. Like, so it really awakened something in me to make me go even harder. So when I got out of jail, well, now when I went to jail, I'm like, man, you know, whatever, because I'm about to get out. Turned out they froze all my accounts, and I'm hearing, you know, my car's gonna be taken and everything, so I don't even have no assets. They done took everything. I'm raided my house upside down, and like I had to call somebody to get some money. And thank God, man, I had some folks that fuck with me and shit like that, and they know I'm gonna give them the money back just through business connection. That's why you never know who you talking to and who you actually gonna be able to use, man. Cause I couldn't even fathom this shit happening to me. But I reached out to him, and I got the money, I got bail. I'm telling my brother, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get him out of this shit. And me and my brother don't even talk to this day just cause, like, man, it turned out he wasn't who I thought he was. But I get out, and they froze my mama's account, and all my bills due. My bills like $10,000 a month, and my bills coming up like this week. My mom had to go deep, man, to her life savings, man, and she like straight up told me, like, man, this shit, if you fall, I fall. So I had to make a few phone calls, man. I ain't never, man, lost. I damn near didn't sleep that whole week, and then I came up $100,000, man, off of what my mom gave me, and I paid my mom back, and I went and bought a Maserati for my birthday. And that's when I had, you know, that was one of my first statements to the feds, telling them, you know, so they got all my shit. They still have it to this day. My money. I got my cars back, and I told them, I was like, man, you can't stop this shit. Then I went and bought an Aston Martin just to let them know that. Then I bought my Mustang, and I got it painted candy. And around that time, I opened 2 more businesses, my shoe store and my electronics store. But I was realizing, man, like I always talk to people, but I wanted to reach more people, man. That's what made me even get into music. And that's why I even explain to people, like, I'm not rapping just to rap. I'm really rapping just to tell my story. Like, everything I'm saying is 100% facts. Like, I don't do no gimmicks. I'm not rapping about shit I ain't live. But that's what actually pushed me to do music. Mm-hmm. And with me being a businessman, man, that made me want to open up a label to reach more people. And when I start signing artists, I want only genuine people around me. Just because I know their story, whether we share a different story, whether I sign a kid from the suburbs, man, that went through whatever the fuck he went through, I know it's genuine, or whether I sign a nigga from the hood, man, or where I come from, anywhere, you know what I'm saying? I just only fuck with genuine stuff. But that's what pushed me to do this shit. I don't really move just for money. Money is important, but it's really about my goal to reach to people and showing my people. And you know, anybody in the struggle period, because it's not just our people, but my people specifically, especially here in Memphis, that anything is possible. Because at one point it was just like, you know, I'm doing good for my race, but now it's undisputable, man. White, black, or whatever, man. I'm in my own lane, and I'm black, and I'm young, and I'm showing these folks, man, that they can't stop this shit. It don't matter what you do. I'm tatted. I got dreads, man. I ain't, you know, I wasn't from the suburb. I wasn't from out there. You know, me and my mama came up through scraping every penny together. But at the same time, I'm doing better than these folks with trust funds that came up shit given to them, all this stuff, man. And I'm showing it every single time. Every time I upload something, you know, it's a half crowd of some people looking at me like, man, he's stunning on these folks, man. I already done it. Everybody already know this. I'm not uploading this shit no more for stunning. It's only uploading to show you, man, that this shit possible. And I still got my money on flows today. I read up 4-5 times. And they still, you know what I'm saying, they still coming from me. Now it's just like, you just gonna have to watch, man. You're gonna have to watch this empire, because they ain't gonna be able to stop it. So with every man nigga hiding in my bushes, or the feds, you know, so I'm ready for any threat. And that's what King's gonna do. So that's my whole story. That's why I'm putting out my music and everything I got going on. We building an empire.
Yeah, so like, I ain't trying to get in your business or nothing like that, but just say like, around how much money did they confiscate? Was it like your a life savings? Was it like
I say this, man,
a car?
Nah, I lost $30,000 on the car alone. On the Challenger they took, I lost $30,000. And they cost me $250,000, and that's, you know what I'm saying, really more than that, but I say $250,000, you know, 100% facts is what, you know what I'm saying, they took it from me. So with all that, you know, it was really my bills being done, because I always have I'm always in a comfortable state where it's like, shit don't matter, you know, my bills, you know, straight, and make sure my mama's straight, make sure everybody's straight. But man, with them doing this shit, and they knew what the fuck they was doing, man, it was all plot out. I put my cars for rent, because I rent, you know, I rent my cars. Right when I said I was about to start renting my cars, I just spent about $200,000 on buying a car, the McLaren, when I first had got it. They come and take it like a week later, so they know I just spent a lot of money. And then they take all my, you know, the money. Then they take all my assets. And when I'm talking to them, I'm like, man, bro, I lost, you know what I'm saying, $30,000 on the car. You know, all this. They tell me, well, nobody don't buy cars cash. I was like, nigga, I buy cars cash all the time. Like, you know, there's nothing illegal for buying cars cash. It's not an illegal thing. But when you talking to me like, well, you know, I'm scratching his head, man, you know, and giving me this right supremacy grin is if like it's impossible for me. Well, I've never seen it. And just because we in a city where people come up and they only see one way, it's like they can't even fathom us another way, man. And a few phone calls, I want to make this clear, a few phone calls is all it would have took to see that I was legit. A call to the dealership that I just left a week ago could have explained, hey man, you know, he actually bought this from a dealership, he did this. But no, the moment they smelled blood, they just came over and just took everything from me, man. So, I mean,
so even though you had your paperwork and things like that, they still was trying to say like you were doing
they took my titles from my drawer. They took my title, they came to my house, took like a stack full of titles, because I had them all right there. They see this shit in my name, they see this shit bought. And I'm like, man, some of the police officers, and that's the reason I won't say 100% police officer bad, because a lot of them folks knew who I was. He have titles, you know what I'm saying? We still gonna take the cars. It was like, yeah, take all from them, man. They brought dogs in my shit. I let them in my house. They still broke my door down.
Damn.
They did all this shit, man. Then I'm in drawers and shit. I'm like, can I put some clothes on? And he like, man, well, we gonna let you put some clothes on when, you know, we won't want you to put some clothes on. Really just trying to strip me. Cause when you, that's what get these folks hard dicks or something, man. Like to see somebody high and to be able to use any form of power to take you down. But we winning.
So like, is you rapping about all this shit in your raps and shit like that?
That's what Royalty Over Slavery about, man. That's what my mixtape about, man. Go get that mixtape. That's what Royalty Over Slavery about, man. That's my whole. That's the form of the story. Like them taking all my shit and me still winning. Royalty Over Slavery.